Good morning, folks, and happy Tuesday. We neglected to make our French toast this week, so you know what that means? We gotta make our French toast, like, right now. We're not making all of those pieces, so we're just gonna make some French toast for this morning. And then we're gonna go find us some coffee and go knock out this lift. We are carless except for Old Blue, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to make it to Jiu-Jitsu. I guess I'm gonna hop in Old Blue, drive her down the road, and we'll see how I feel after the lift. But honestly, I don't want to go through stop and go traffic in a car that has drum brakes all throughout it and mess up my car and possibly rear end someone, possibly get rear ended. So I don't know. We might not end up going to practice today. We may just stay here and queue up a bunch of videos. I don't know. We do need a haircut. We may go get a haircut. That would be a good one to do. But let's make some French toast because I'm hungry. Well, folks, that right there is what I would call a perfect flip. Well, dang it. I bragged about the perfect flip and then I ended up burning my marinated egg bread. Well, folks, we are finally out of the house and our burnt marinated egg bread hit the spot. It really wasn't that burnt. It was just a little crispy. It was a little crispy. That's about it. But let's run in here, crank up Old Blue, and hope she runs for us because we haven't cranked her up in a good little bit. She definitely wanted to struggle, but she changed her mind. Well, folks, we just made it to the gym, and part of me is saying send it. Just send it across Atlanta traffic. Just send it. I don't know. We will figure it out after this lift. Let's just worry about the goals at hand right now. And which goals at hand right now is to get stronger than we were yesterday, get more explosive than we were yesterday, build a little bit of muscle in the process, maybe look a little bit better, if you know what I mean. Well, folks, our lift went great, and I'd say we hit all of our goals. We did a good job in there. Of course, we're never satisfied, because if we had satisfaction, we would never really progress. We would just go to the gym once and be like, all right, we're satisfied. So, satisfaction will never be good for us. We will never be, I guess, quote unquote, as good as we want to be, as big, as good looking, as strong, as explosive, as good at jiu-jitsu. So something in my heart is telling me we need to go on and head to practice and give Old Blue a chance. Like, what if she can make it all the way out to Kennesaw? And we never tried. So let's give it a try. Maybe we break down on the side of the road. Maybe she limps all the way there. Maybe I got to put a new motor in or a new transmission after this, but we will never know unless we try. So let's go get better today than we were yesterday. Because quite frankly, what kind of trainer, what kind of inspiration, what kind of coach would I be if I just said, I don't have a car, I can't go to practice today. Found an excuse on why I can't go. I'm going to find an excuse on why I can go. Gives me a reason to drive Old Blue for longer. Gosh, I love telling Old Blue's story. You don't know how often people drive by and they're like, hey, how much you asking for? A whole lot more than what it's worth, folks. It is something that means a lot to us. But let's head to practice. Let's go get better today than we were yesterday. I very much regret this because now that I've gotten out of the gym, it's quite toasty. And this yoger's got no AC, so wish me luck, folks. She's doing it, folks. We're only 30 minutes away. 30 minutes. We freaking made it. I need to stop doubting Old Blue. We may have ourselves a new daily driver. Screw the Scion. They can keep that. Give me some money for it and I'll throw it into Old Blue and switch these drum brakes out for some disc brakes and we got a new daily driver. In all reality, how could you ever be in a bad mood when you're driving this thing? Like ever. Like I'm never in a bad mood after driving it. It's like a best pre-workout you could ever have. But let's run in here and get better today than we were yesterday because we are a little late. Well, since we didn't plan on coming to practice because we didn't have a vehicle and we didn't think Old Blue would make it, we didn't bring lunch. So I guess we're going to meet JB for a little bit of lunch ski or late lunch. Let's just have faith Old Blue gets us home again. If we're going to make her a daily driver, we definitely got to get that carburetor tuned up so that it'll open up the flaps enough because it's not getting enough airflow in or it's flooding it when it sits. One or the other.
I have no idea. I am not a mechanic, but I do know that that carburetor needs to get tuned. I will say this Joker has no AC, so this may suck. Old Blue got me home safely, and the not having AC was not that big of a deal. When you know your car doesn't have it, really doesn't bother you that bad. You don't feel like you're without it. But she even got some good old Atlanta brake checking too. So we know these drum brakes will stop. It just will take a little bit more pressure than what we're used to. But with that being said, folks, I guess I'm going to go kick my feet up for a second until JV gets here and we can go find what we want to get for lunch. Well, folks, after further review, JV decided to just go grab our lunch. And we were going to eat it here. So I ended up getting a pretty good refresher. I don't know if anything that I said before that nap was coherent whatsoever because, yeah, I was beat. Well, folks, now that we have grubbed down on our tie, got a little bit of caffeine in us, you know what we can do? We can try out some COD again since it failed on us yesterday. I got a little bit of a headache, so if you're there, don't judge on my gameplay. I'm already bad at the game. Well, folks, we just finished up a great live, catching up stubs along the way. And for the ones who are there, thank you, folks. But now we've got to drag our butts on to go get these kids better today than they were yesterday. Get our folks into shape, and then maybe get ourselves better today than we were yesterday. The question is, with all the pushing of Old Blue, now that she's sat, is she going to crank back up? Yeah, I think she's flooding herself. I think after she sits for a little bit, she starts to flood, and causing her to not want to start immediately. And me punching the gas right there like I did opens up the flaps, bringing in more air, making a more air to fuel ratio, meaning it can indeed ignite. So I think that's our problem, is she's flooding herself. But let's go teach this kid's class. Well, folks, we just made it. Let's go get our folks better today than they were yesterday. Jiu-jitsu and kickboxing complete. Let's run over here and roll with our friends. Good rolls with good people. Now let's get home and grub down and shower up. I'm probably gonna shower up first because I smell gross. I didn't wear deodorant and it wasn't me. Well, folks, 9 o'clock and we are rolling in the door. Let's run inside, clean up, because like I said, someone didn't put on deodorant. And it was not me. I put on my deodorant. I have someone else's BO on me. Folks, when you go to the gym, when you go through life, you should wear deodorant. It's like the tip of the day. Wear flipping deodorant. Well, folks, dinner hit the spot, and we had one of our go-to meal prep meals. We need to go over and show y'all how we make some of our meal prep meals, because I think y'all may like them. I think y'all may really enjoy them. But we went ahead and prepped our meals for the rest of the week so that the rest of the week will be nice and smooth and dandy. But with that being said, folks, all the dogs have been taken care of, all the animals have been taken care of, and we are going to take our butts inside and edit up this day and call it a flippin' night. But before we call it a night, I guess I kind of want to leave y'all with this little piece of information. If there's something in life that you care about or is important to you, or something, well, you just got to do, folks, you're going to make it happen. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to make it happen 90% of the time. And as you saw with jiu-jitsu, it's something I'm just going to make happen. Getting better every day is something I'm just going to make happen. Not only in my skills, but mentally. Every time we go in there, we mentally progress. Every time we go in there, we physically progress. Every time we go in there, we technically progress in our skills. You know what I mean? So if there's things that you want in life, you're going to make happen. I don't have a car, so we drove a car that, well, we probably shouldn't be driving across the state of Georgia, but we did it anyways because it's something we care about. It's something that we find important to us. So if fitness is something you find important, you'll find time for it. If whatever it may be, work, if that's something you find important, making money, you'll find time for it. It's just what you find important in life. That's a very subjective thing because it's whatever you find important, not what I find important. If fitness is important to you, you want to change your life, want to get into the shape of your life, you're going to have to figure out a way to make it happen. It's kind of like me and coaching. I mean, I'm dead beat, but there's folks who care about us and we care about them, so we're going to be there to make sure that they get to their dreams, they get to their goals, you know what I mean? So, with that being said, folks, if there's something you want in life, make it freaking happen. No one's going to make it happen for you, if you know what I mean. But with that being said, good night, and BillyGoat flipping loves you.